In this lesson, we shall look at summary writing. Candidates preparing for the SSCE or WAEC should always bear in mind that summary writing is based on rules. Therefore, it is a game of rules. If you don't follow the rules, you cannot pass this part of the test. The test of summary carries 30 marks. If anyone loses the 30 marks, there is no way he can recoup the marks. He cannot recoup the marks from composition. There are 50 marks in composition. Comprehension is there. So it is not a winning game if you lose all the marks in summary writing. What are the various rules in summary writing? Rule number 1, candidates must give their answers in sentences and not in phrases or clauses. Care must be taken not to begin your answers with preambles. Do not begin your answers with preambles because that has set people into confusion. Number 2, answers must not be numbered unless well specified. Number 3, answers must stand out separately as even paragraphs. Number 4, dirty works should be avoided. When you have to cancel a word you did not intend to write, cancel the word with a stroke, a single stroke across it. Do not create a smudge on the word. That will lead to dirty work, and you could lose 2 marks for that. Number 5, irrelevant digressions should be avoided. You should address the subject matter. Do not veer off what you are meant to attend to and begin to cite, illustrate things that have no bearing with the work at hand. Number 6, topic sentences should be used correctly. Now, this is the core part of summary writing, the topic sentences. Your ability to identify a topic sentence or topic sentences will make you a great candidate, and you will be a successful one. Now, every paragraph, as I mentioned while discussing comprehension with you, contains a topic sentence. In summary writing, it is this topic sentence you just locate. The topic sentence does not have a specific position. It could be the first sentence in a paragraph, a sentence in the middle, or the last sentence in a paragraph. But it is not difficult to locate. Locate it because the point, the major unit in that paragraph is in the topic sentence. Number 7, illustrations and examples should be avoided. In fact, there should be no lifting from the passage. Number 8, punctuation should be used correctly. It is quite baffling that many students, candidates, do not know how to use punctuations. When somebody asks you to write 10 sentences, you write your sentences, not one sentence has a full stop. It is not correct. As far as the conventions of writing are concerned, every sentence must end in a full stop. The Americans call it period. That full stop is what tells us that a sentence has been constructed. Without the full stop, there is no sentence. So be careful in summary writing. You must apply the full stop at the end of every sentence. Number 9, rule number 9, candidates must use their own words to express answers. Therefore, lifting is not allowed. You are allowed to pick your points from the paragraphs through the topic sentences. You cannot copy verbatim. Copying or lifting is not allowed. You are expected to use your own language or word to build around the point. The points are skeletal, so build words around the skeletal point, your own words. Do not lift, do not copy verbatim from the passage. Rule number 10, sentences or answers should not be too long. So you make your sentences very, very brief. Now, let's look at distractions and pitfalls where summary writing is concerned. There are many factors responsible for lack of proper understanding, something that could lead to poor performance. They include noise, poor reading habit, lack of concentration, inability to read between the lines, among others. Noise is a major source of distraction. Noise could be from within. When we talk about noise from within, we're talking about distracting thoughts. You are in exams hall. A script is before you, and then your mind takes a journey. You take a mental journey to your mother's kitchen or to your village, and then you're no longer there. That is a terrible distraction. You cannot follow what you're doing. So that is inner noise, noise from within. Now, this happens especially when there is unsettling issues in the mind. or without, outside the mind. Now, we also have poor reading habit, which is refractory or clumsy reading, which could lead to lack of understanding. When many students don't know how to read smoothly, they read forward and backward. They call this refractory reading habit. You are meant to read steadily, progressively. Otherwise, you get into confusion. We have lack of concentration, which is the inability to pay attention to details. There is also the inability to read between the lines. It is the lack of deep understanding of what has been read. Generally, time wasting is a pitfall, where a line or two appear difficult to follow, or a question tends to be too difficult. A candidate should not waste time trying to find the solution to it. He should move on to the next question. It should be borne in mind that questions on grammatical meaning or function are put differently at the UTME, that's Unified Tertiary Matriculations Examination. For example, what is meant by the statement, or what does this refer to, is what we refer to as grammatical meaning. We have already been through that. Now we're going to stop here for today. We shall see in our next lesson. Thank you for your attention.